Hi guys, welcome back on my channel, Dorota, Palicka, International New Artist and Educator here. Today we are going to create the fruit cocktail design. You can have a look in here. And on the picture you can see a much shorter design. Today we will sculpt it a longer coffin and encapsulate those beautiful fruits. So it is pretty a summery spring design. Also, I will be using kind of fake finger, which is a bit creepy, and it's the first time when I'm working on those kind of fake fingers. It's not the same like on the real person. Maybe a little bit more kind of like struggle with the forms applications because the skin of this fake finger is not as sticky as the normal skin. But let me know in the comments down below what you think about tutorials on this fake finger, because that could give me more opportunities to produce more designs for you, where I could play with the structure, where I could encapsulate the things into the gel, like create all the marbles, like maybe rose quartz and all sorts of different design, which I cannot show it on the tips because you cannot really build up the structure on it. But anyway, let's start doing this design. So we have seen the picture of the nails which we are going to recreate it, but the lady wanted a shorter ones and I thought like longer ones are going to be more interested. So she had like a tapered square look, and here I show you the coffin. So basically if we kind of shorten it, we get a tapered square, the same kind of like on the picture. I have done the strawberries on this one, and I'm using those creepy fingers. It's the first time I'm using them, and I thought this way I could show you probably more designs. I'm not the fan of them because the forms doesn't stick in well to it, but I think that just gives me more possibilities to show you different kind of things. And we have created strawberries on this one, but I've got also different slices of the fruits, like some oranges, lemons, and I thought I will show you the orange one as well, since you can see the red one here. So I can peel this finger away. Let me know also in the comments down below what you think about the tutorials on those fake fingers. Because like as I say, I think it's kind of going to give me more possibilities to show you different type of designs. So that's the natural nail. I'm just going to remove the dust from it, and then we will go and apply the nail form. I peel the form, and then the sticker goes on the back to give me an extra support on the form. And also I want to be able to pinch it nice, and to do that I need to cut the form a little bit. And the places for this nail, it doesn't have hyponicum or anything like that, is to cut those places here. There is also a detailed tutorial how to apply the nail forms on my channel as well. You can just search it and to see more about the form placements. And then I need to pre-pinch it in between my fingers. So I'm just rolling it in to get a nice shape. And I like my form to be placed either straight or a little bit upwards, like this way I get a nicest nail shape, so they don't go down. Like I like them when they are kind of coming up straight rather than going down. On this finger is going to be pretty tricky, so the form might go down a little bit just because otherwise it will come off. But to do that, you are just placing your form. The middle line has to be with the middle of the finger. And then look at those tabs. Like if we close them, the form is going to drop down. I will show you the side view. That's it. So if the tabs are closed, the form is going to... Actually, I might show you on the different form, will be quicker. Don't want to damage this one with the cuts. So I'm just preload. Yep. This is completely not straight, but I want to explain different things. So if the tabs are going overlapping one on top of another, the nail form is dropping down. This was extreme just to show you, but we don't want that kind of look. We want the form to be straight, and if the form is straight, those tabs are open. Same if the form goes a bit upwards. So that's the look we are going to go for. So I'm just going to close the tabs a little bit and then slide this form underneath. I cannot get like 100% straight look, otherwise this form is not going to stick into the finger. And then I'm start pre-pinching the form, like here at the widest part. and closing it. You can see it just doesn't stick into the finger well, but this way the form comes up kind of straight. Okay, so that's my form placed underneath. And then once I've got the form, I would apply the extra nail dehydrator on the natural nail, and then universal air bond. So that's the way I would do it in a salon. Again, complete nail prep, you can find it on my channel as well, and that's the universal air bond. Now I just check this form. Okay. On those tutorials also, I want you to kind of concentrate more on the designs rather than the complete structure, because it's pretty difficult to work on this finger. I'm going to use the sheer rose, which is like a see-through pink, and it's a new fiber gel. I'm kind of in love with it. My first step would be to create the thin layer, like a skeleton on the nail. So I'm taking a product on the side of my brush and apply it a nice and thin layer on the natural nail. Once I have done the layer on the natural nail, I can pick up a little bit more product to apply it on the free edge. What I love about this design is that you do not worry about the air bubbles, because actually you want some air bubbles with this cocktail, because then it looks like this is a frizzy drink. Fizzy, not frizzy. And I'm going to go for a letter M. Those thin layer, I always tend to go outside the shape, like kind of make it wider, because it takes me a couple seconds only to file it, but this way I've got always enough product. So that's my skeleton of the nail created, and I'm going to give it a cure. It is going to be only a flash cure, because we won't be able to pinch. And for pinching, I'm going to use those clear pinching clamps. They're great because the light can get through them and you can cure your product properly, so you don't have to worry about any liftings on the sides after the pinching. But remember, do not pinch the nails which are really weak or like bendy, because by pinching you might peel the product away. Same if the product is not cured enough, you are going to get some lifting as well. So usually this gel cures in 1 minute, so I would do a 30 seconds cure and then I would pinch. But before pinching, I'm going to tap it to make sure it's all good. So I'm just going to tap it. Yes, all nicely cured. And now I can apply the pinching clamp. So the pinching clamp goes always on the widest part of the nail. So you would just apply it this way. You can see it also the side view. And I'm going to finish the curing process. So another 30 seconds cure. So this way you can create a really nice C-curve, and I can show you on this one as well. So this way the nails are much, much stronger, and I can actually explain that to you as well on this piece of paper. Lots of theory on this tutorial. If the piece of paper is flat like this, it's kind of wobbly and it's not strong enough to, I don't know, to make someone feel it. But if we roll it like this, so that will be our pinching. If we roll it, then it is much stronger and you can kill the fly with it. So actually going like this is going to make it all the structure much stronger compared to the flatter and wobbly nails. So that's my pinching done, and I can remove the pinching clamp. What else I like to do as well, at the end of the process, apply the pinching clamp from the other side as well, or you can pre-pinch it a little bit more then, so you've got nice pinch at the free edge as well. I'm going to put that back in so we can encapsulate all this nice glitters. And I'm just going to use the same gel what I have done it before. So I'm applying a nice and thin layer. On the entire nail. And now I can start encapsulating the glitters. So I've got kind of messy brush, and we're going to go for some oranges and the yellows. I just dip in my brush in a tiny bit of the gel so it's easier. Oh, that's nice. Those flakes are really nice. So I'm just going to apply a couple of them. Lots of that yellow glitter. Actually, I can peel this form away now. And then I've got large bits and pieces of the glitter more at the free edge, and then I'm swapping for the smaller ones right on the top. So we've got kind of like more faded look, and then even more smaller ones. But usually I go for a clear kind of look because I don't want to overdo it, and I just sprinkle it. So we've got nice gradient of the glitter. I can put them on the side. And now let's do those fruits. So I'm just going into my dotting tool, a tiny bit of the gel, and I've got some oranges here. I've got some orange, I've got some lemon. Okay, so I will show you also because I'm going to cut, cut some of them. One more yellow. There we are. That's the one I want. So I've got some scissors here, and I'm going to cut some of the fruits into the smaller slices. So this one goes into the half. This one will go into the half. And then we've got some, actually, should I use some oranges? Yes, maybe a half of orange. Cool. So I've got my fruits ready. And what I'm going to do is pick up a slice of lemon. Then I'm going to pick up a bit of the orange one. And some halves of the lemon as well. So this way we have created our cocktail. Now this is a time for a curing, so I'm just going to peel that out and give it a cure. And then after that we are going to encapsulate everything and do the shaping. So I will show you another hints and tips. But I love those gels, the coverage, oh my goodness, is so, so nice. So let's tidy up this mess when the nails are curing. And I always do it when I'm doing a client's nails as well. Like if there is any time when I have to wait for something like to cure, or I've got a couple spare seconds, I'm always do a little bit of cleaning. So first of all, it saves you lots of time because you don't have to clean after you have finished the service, because you've got all tidy up. And then secondly, your products doesn't get messy with the dust during the filing. So that's my tip cooked. I'm going to put it back in. And we can encapsulate it. I'm going to use the clear gel. Now the fiber gel has the clear as well, but it's much thicker consistency. And for encapsulating glitters, I prefer the gel, which is kind of like very runny. I know how to kind of work pretty quick with it, so I find it's just saving me lots of time. So again, you can see one side of my brush is clear, but I've got lots of product on the other side. And what I'm doing is I'm just applying, oh, I have grabbed one orange away. I'm just applying a thin layer of this clear gel and applying it all over, more kind of like a nail polish. So I'm just applying it like a nail polish. Just to make sure like I've got the product everywhere. And now I'm going to pick up a huge scoop of the product to build up my apex, because you can see this nail is flat, it doesn't have a structure. So I have picked up pretty decent amount of the product. Place the nail downward so the gravity does the job for you. And then I'm not going completely to the side because there's no point, like we have done quite a lot of structure there. And that's my apex created. I'm going to quickly cure it before it runs. So the reason why I don't go to the sides and close to the cuticle is because we have applied first thin layer of the transparent pink gel. Then we have applied another layer before putting the glitter on it. And then we apply another layer of the clear one. So I've got 3 very thin layers on the sides, and like you don't want any more product. You can see it here, like you want this cuticle area to be really nice and thin. Same the side walls, like I don't need much more product in there. I want all my product to be at the apex. So first of all, like you've got more control over the gel, which is not going to run into the sides to create those apex. So and then you have not too much product on the sides as well. Now, because of the length of the nail, I'm not able to get it a perfect shape in this one go. I just need to smooth out those wee places there, and it's better for me to cure the product before it starts running too much and then just add it a little bit more than lose the control over it. So now what I'm going to do is just smoothing it all out in the missing places. Which is mainly this gap in here. And that's it finished. I'm going to give it a final cure, and then we can shape this nail. So again, I will put all the stuff away so I can shape it nice. Yeah, but I hope you have kind of learned something new in this tutorial. I will show you the filing technique as well, just so you know how to file the coffin shape nail. So I need just a couple more seconds cure, and then we can file. I'm going to use the UV cleanser to remove the inhibition layer, and then we can file the nail. So I'm just removing this inhibition layer. And I show you the main way I do file. So I would start off with tidy up the free edge and the side walls. You can see the angle like of my file like is going at this angle to get a really nice coffin shape. And as I say, here is not much product, like it's really thin at the side, so it doesn't take me too long to file it. You can see like there's just a couple movements of the file to get rid of this product. I don't need it. But this way I am not risking to have not enough product on the sides by applying it a little bit lower than I need it. Don't file too much at the one side. You kind of better swapping it, and you can see those filling line, like that's you can see exactly the places we have filed, like one side and the other side, to get this look. We need to also shorten the free edge. I'm checking from underneath as well to make sure everything is nice. And I want to taper it a little bit more. I don't like too wide coffin shape nails. So I'm still filing the sides walls, but at the same time I'm going like those kind of angle upwards to thin it out as well. Okay. So you can see the shape is starting to improve. The next step is to file around the cuticle area. So that's my cuticle area. I want that to be all blended in. So everything needs to be blended nicely in. And the apex, you wanted it to come out like nice and smooth. You don't want that to be like a big drop. So I'm just smoothing out those apex. Remove the dust so you see what you are doing. Straighten up that free edge more. Check the thickness of it. And I still want to taper the sides more like I did it on this nail. You can see much better coffin shape on this one. So I'm going on the sides and I'm still tapering it more. One side. And now I need to do it on the other side, but I've got a big camera sitting there, so it's pretty difficult. And then smooth out everything on the top. And the last step for filing is to go like this, and that will just make the nail to look perfect. Remove the dust, and then we have to just buff it. Oh, she's bleeding. Oh my goodness. That must be some red tip which was in there before. Okay, I'm just going to smooth this nail out. It's quite difficult to filing on the fake nail compared to the natural nail. But you kind of keep going till you're happy. Okay, let's tidy up that, push this back. And after I have filed everything, I'm going to redust it and apply the top coat. And applying the top coat make all the glitter to pops out. And you can see how nice and pretty quick design I would say it is. So I'm just going to give it a final cure. So yeah, let me know down in the comments below, like working obviously on those kind of fake fingers is a big struggle because the nail is kind of coming off, the form doesn't want to stick in. And also I don't like the fact like I just cannot get like kind of straight side wall the way it should be, like even doing this not right hand with not dominant hand kind of give me a better shape nails than doing it on the fake nails. So you can see it like the side walls on this one is quite difficult, but anyway, if you don't mind those little bits and pieces and you're happy to watch them on the fake fingers, let me know in the comments down below, because that's kind of going to give me much more opportunities to show you different kind of designs. And the final look. So I hope you have enjoyed watching this tutorial, and if you did, give me a like and subscribe. Thanks guys. Bye.